Hello, I am Ashley, the founder of Elemental Growth, here to talk to you today about cannabis and superfoods and where the two combine. I was asked this question by my mother, who is Green Irene. She did have a Rogers television show that was called Green Irene, and she asked me to come on as a guest. I will tell you, I was super nervous. It was my first time on TV. And the video itself is a little bit embarrassing, but I will link it below. This is this has actually been almost 2 years later. So I'm just going to take the blog and all that information that I shared with them and present it again in a new way through video on my YouTube channel for you guys today. Here we go. Is cannabis a superfood? According to David Wolfe, superfoods are vibrant, nutritionally dense foods packed with highly nourishing properties. David is considered the nutrition expert for nutrition experts, and in his book, Superfoods, the food and medicine of the future, he shares what he considers to be the top 10 superfoods that everyone should include in their diet. David's superfoods list includes, but is not limited to, cacao, which is raw chocolate, goji berries, maca, hemp products, spirulina, bee products, camu berry, sea vegetables like kelp, dulse, nori, hijaki, bladderwrack, chlorella, medicinal mushrooms like reishi, chaga, cordyceps, maitake, shiitake, lion's mane, etc., and superfood supplements like MSM, digestive and metabolic enzymes, mangosteen powder, marine phytoplankton, activated liquid zeolite, ormus, mega hydrate, crystal energy, and krill oil. So that is a lot. That's more than 10, but those are the ones that, you know, the nutrition expert for nutrition expert is saying are the top superfoods. Hemp, as we can see there, is right at the top of the list. And I'm going to get into some of the benefits for hemp and why it is that I consider it a superfood and use it just about every day. I love it. I buy it in bulk from Amazon. It's the best deal that I found. I usually love OM Foods for buying my bulk stuff. But this one I get off of Amazon. There's a company called Canadian Hemp Products, and it's the best price that I found for the quality that it is. So I get about 5 pounds for $50. That's a really good deal, especially because I'm a Prime member and not paying any shipping. So hemp or cannabis sativa is a top 10 superfood according to many of the experts in food science today. Think of cannabis sativa like kale. You have red Russian, leaf, dino. There are many varieties when it comes to hemp as well. We have hemp, then we have the marijuana, which is indica, sativa, and hybrids. There is more. There are tons of varieties of everything. Like grapes, for example, are like 800. So there's a lot out there. There's a lot you can research and find to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. Hemp is pretty safe to say that it's going to work for most people. There is no psychedelic response to it. It's just all health benefits and food. So, but each variation does have different nutrients, and when you're getting into the marijuana plants, there are different THC levels, things like that. Science tells us that the hemp is packed with 33% of digestible protein, rich in iron, amino acids, and vitamin E, as well as omega-3 and GLA. Omega-3s are important in cell regeneration and healthy brain function. Cannabis is also one of the oldest domesticated crops known to man, dating back as far as 8,000 BC. There are many different varieties of the cannabis sativa plant that are used for many different purposes. all of which have great value to people and this planet. Hemp is also the perfect food for growing children and adults looking to increase protein intake. There's a lot of different opinions in the nutrition world about what the top superfoods are. For some, it's broccoli, sprouts, and salmon. For others, it's moringa and blueberries, or kale and acai berries. What we can all agree on is that superfoods are the most powerful, nutritious, mineral-rich plant foods on Earth. These are the foods with the most amount of nutrients in the least amount of calories. I mean, some of them may have big calories, but most often they are not. They're just powerhouses for nutrition. There's a lot of different, okay, sorry, I've read that. You can find different superfoods in all different civilizations. For example, China gave us goji berries. The Aztecs gave us cacao, which is raw chocolate. The Egyptians gave us aloe vera. The Polytheians gave us noni. The Incan people gave us maca. Central Africans gave us spirulina. And beekeepers around the world give us bee pollen and royal jelly. It's only now in this moment of our awakening and digital revolution that we're able to bring all of these abundant superfoods together. We can mix them up in a smoothie. We can ship them across the world to people who need them and need these specific medicines. I will add that, like, for some of these superfoods, I'm going to use maca as an example. Another one is quinoa. When we're shipping these kind of superfoods around the world, sometimes the people in those areas that need it can't afford it anymore. That's something that I would really like to bring awareness to. Maybe for some of you, this will spark an innovative idea of how we can help so that this can be sustainable, that we can all share these kind of foods. Maybe that's with growing methods, growing them in different areas. I'm not sure. Just wanted to throw that out there so that you have the awareness. So what about cannabis? Where did it come from, and why is this once illegal plant now considered a superfood? Well, through the ages, hemp has played an important role in humanity's development. For thousands of years, marijuana was not only legal, but an important crop among cultures throughout history and held commercial, medicinal, and spiritual value. The cultivation of cannabis, commonly known as marijuana or hemp, can be traced back at least 12,000 years, which places the plant among humanity's oldest cultivated crops. The earliest cultural evidence of cannabis comes from the Yangtze in China. From 5000 to 3000 BC, the economy of the Yangtze was cannabis driven. Historical evidence shows they wore hemp clothing, wove hemp, and produced hemp pottery. It's really hemp's essential nutrients that make it a superfood, though. But here I'm going to just list off all the reasons why I found it to be considered a top 10. So there are 20 amino acids, including 8 essential amino acids our bodies can't produce, which makes it a complete plant protein. A lot of the time when we're thinking about plant protein or eating a plant-based diet, we're counting amino acids to make sure that we're creating our own complete protein. But this hemp actually contains all 8 essential amino acids plus more. And it's already complete. Complete as in it's the same with animals too, right? If animals are eating all the grass and getting some soils in there, they're eating different types and different species. If they're grass-fed and pasture-raised, they're getting like tons of other stuff. That would be like comfrey and other herbs and things like that that grow wild too, clover. So them eating all of that is getting all those amino acids and creating a complete protein. So then when you eat the animal, you're consuming the complete protein. When you're on a plant-based diet, that's a little bit different. Then what you're doing is you're taking away the middleman, the animal, and you're creating the complete protein yourself. So you're getting a lot of extra nutrients that that would be different from if you're using the animal. I'm gonna get back on track now. Sorry about that. EFAs, essential fatty acids. Hemp contains more essential fatty acids than flax or any other nut or seed oil. Omega-3s and omega-6s in an optimal 1:3 ratio. Gamma linseedic acid, antioxidants, plant cereals, and phytonutrients. Vitamin E, minerals, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, calcium, iron, and zinc. Carbohydrates also come in the form of dietary fiber. So that's a lot more than top 10 benefits, but that is a lot. And yeah, there's tons of reasons to really love and include this once forbidden plant to come back into our lives. Superfoods have extra large doses of vitamins and minerals that can help us ward off diseases and live longer, a longer, healthier life. They represent an awesome piece of nutrition puzzle as they are the best natural sources of clean, pesticide-free, and chemical-free food and medicine. They also have a really high turnover, so you can create a lot in a short amount of time. I'm not sure if I touch on this here, but superfoods go a long way towards making us more well-balanced in behavior and demeanor. This is due to their ability to help remineralize our tissues and offer deep, well-rounded nutritional support. They help nourish our brains, bones, muscles, skin, hair, nails, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, reproductive system, pancreas, and most importantly, our immune system. Long-term superfoods work to correct imbalances and guide us towards a more natural and original diet. When we consume superfoods, it becomes dramatically easier to achieve our ideal mood, weight, diet, and habit. We need to be consuming the essentials like macros and micronutrients. And the highest quality of these are most usually found in plant-based superfoods, herbs, and supplements. As you noticed when I read off David Avocado Wolf's, his superfoods, they were all plant-based pretty much except for the krill oil. Now there are some people that really consider salmon roe and salmon to be superfoods as well. But with the toxicity in the water today, unfortunately, krill is one of the best places to get that because they have a really short lifespan. They don't take in all of the same toxins. So then when you're eating it, you're pretty much getting a toxic-free, high-rich omega. Again, back to hemp. Sorry. When we consume superfoods, it becomes dramatically easier to achieve our ideal mood, weight, diet, and habits. We need to be consuming the essentials like micronutrients. I can go on, but the most important takeaway is that vital nutrients, antioxidants, essential fatty acids, and healthy protein can all be found in superfood, and specifically the ancient and hippie herb cannabis. All right, I love you guys. I'm going to leave some links below. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if anything resonated with you or you want to learn more about any of this, leave it in the comments below. I'll get back to you usually within 24 hours. I'm good for that. I love you.